Hello everybody, welcome to Red Tool House. On today's video, we're going to utilize our machine that we still have from Green's Equipment and try to fix a slip on the road going back to our retreat. So come along, let's see if we can keep the mountain from falling on us. So right now I'm standing on the road going back to the retreat. The retreat is behind you guys. Everything, house, barn, sawmill, all that way. I'll show you here on a map. Well, this little area there's a lot of water that comes out of the mountain here. Decent spring right behind you all. And it's causing, the more I dress up this road, the more it causes this unstable hill to break away a little bit. Now, it's not the entire mountain that's coming down, fortunately. It's just a portion. And so we're going to try to get this cleaned up and anticipate a little bit more movement, try to change the angle back a little bit. But I want to show you some of the signs that we definitely know it's slipping and where I think it's going to stay and where I think it's going to move. Well, the first key indicator, of course, is looking at the trees. And you can see through here, all these trees, they all look fine, nothing crazy going on. Coming down this point, we got a shagbark hickory here. It's got a little bit of a bow in it, but this is the way it's growing on the hill. But as you come around this point here, you can see now we've got some trees. This hickory has got a gangster lean back uphill. I've got a lot of trees that just have odd shapes and twists to them, and even some of these that are falling over. So what's happening, you can see there's a break. There's an exposed crack right here. So it looks like everything's kind of coming down right around in here. So there's just a small section here of the overall mountain that's moving. So here's that break. You can see we've got a little depression formed here. That depression continues up. Got a lot of rock outcrop here, a little bit of an undercut under this dead ash. And you can see this has been moving for a while. Even before we bought the land, I bet this has all been kind of slowly working its way down. So we gotta see what we can do to keep the road open, but also keep from creating way more of an issue. So there's some debate as to whether trees help mitigate slips or they instigate slips. And I'm no expert on it. I think it's pretty clear by looking at this hickory tree, the fact that it's moved down and leaning back, it's not stabilizing anything. In fact, it's providing weight for this slip. And so I think we need to put it on the ground and take out some of these other small saplings and then get in here and release this soil some. We need to clear this mess out. This branch fell down and of course has this hawthorn all bent over, so we need to get that cleaned up. And if this project wasn't challenging enough, we have this large tree that's fallen over across the creek. It fell into this hawthorn, which then bent it over, so now it's kind of tangled up in some of the stuff that we're working with here. So this has been like this for a while, so the tension is less, but I need to get in there and see what I can do to maybe push that thing over. Clear out some of the branches first so we don't scratch up the cab of the excavator. I want to take a second to give a shout out to this video series sponsor, and that's Green's Equipment Group. And Green's is a local company here in central West Virginia and portions of southeast Ohio. They have 6 different locations. They have all kinds of equipment, everything from ag over into construction. A lot of rental, and that's what you're seeing here is a piece of rental equipment. So any guys watching that are in that area and you're looking for some rental equipment or looking for some new tractors or anything like that, implements, you name it, they've got it. Check them out. I'll put a link below down in the video description so you can check out their website. But man, I really appreciate Steve and the team over there providing this machine for me so I can get all this earthwork stuff done here in anticipation of our new mill. All right, let's get back to moving some dirt. So I had a little change of plan with this slip. And I just kept looking at it and I just didn't feel comfortable pulling all this material off of that. I pulled a bit, which if it does release, it may come in and fill in my ditch, but at least it won't block my road. All that overburden put over here. I had a lot of stumps to grub out. My goodness. Stumps have just been the bane of my work projects lately. But I got all those out, moved over, opened this up, a lot of light now, so that'll help dry out this ground as well. So I think what I'm going to do is take a lunch break and come back with the tractor and get all this dressed up. Got some really big stone in here. It was another issue grubbing out those stumps, was trying to get around all those big stones. But I think we've got enough here. We can dress down real nice, and now the whole road will be over this way. You won't have the trees in the way. That'll make you slide over like my buddies. Like a friend of mine who had his brand new GMC Sierra up here yesterday before I did this work and slipped into that bottomless mud pile there. He was able to get out, but I was surprised. But now he could drive up here easily. Well, all right, I think that's quite tolerable. Nice wide road here, super smooth. We can get away from the slip. If it does move a little bit more, which I think it will, probably won't until this winter when it gets wet, then even if it slides down, I can still come in with the tractor and keep a ditch line open, even if that means the ditch line has to be right here, so it gives me plenty of road this way to get around it. Getting all those stumps out and those extra trees, really nice, opens up the canopy, and just gives me a smooth drive. So this has inspired me. So this was the worst spot between the barn and the retreat, but the culvert is a little suspect. That's a short culvert, but I've got an area that fills in with water. So I think I'm going to just keep going. We're going to do some ditch work down back toward the barn, toward the culvert, build the ramp up of dirt. Right now you come down the hill and you have to go over the culvert like that. I'm going to see if I can get enough material to come down and go straight over the culvert. And then maybe a spot. I've got a spring by a red oak right in my road that I'm going to see if I can put a small piece of pipe in. Let's see if we can do that. So come along. So there's the culvert down there, and you can see where it's dark and muddy. The water runs down the road here, and the water runs down the road here and collects in front of that culvert and makes a big mud puddle. And of course, every time you drive through it, then it makes two ruts. The reason why the water goes down the road in the first place is because my ditch here is really shallow. So I think we'll get in here, dig that out, and put my overburden into the road. Try to build the road up a little bit. Got a little bit of slope this way to it. But clear this ditch, pull this ditch nice and wide, and at least fill in this rut here. And that's where the water runs down. And then when I get down there, try to build up so we don't have that hump over. Build it up, and if I have to rob some material here, I can. There's a huge rock outcrop on the other side of this Virginia pine debris, but I don't think it goes completely. I don't think it's completely exposed here. I may have 3 or 4 feet worth of dirt there, but let's see. Wonder where that thing went. All right, so that takes care of that project. I believe we could drive a truck back to the retreat now and not scratch it all to pieces or get it hung up. So Michael, if you're watching, if you'd have come a day later, you'd have been able to drive back there without any problems. Really want to thank Greens for letting me use this machine. I'm going to get it cleaned up tomorrow. That way they can come get it. And man, it's just been great having access to that piece of equipment. Again, if you want to know more about them, check out the description, video description. I'll have some links down there. Brought Kelly up here so she could see all the work that was been done. You guys haven't seen Kelly in a long time. Say hi, Kel. Hi, Kel. There she is. So it's almost dark, so we're going to wrap it up right here. Thank you all so much for watching. Pray you have a great week. Take care.